Hello and welcome to Grimworks Productions Destiny Podcast. 3 opponents down! Yes! There we go. I'm your host, Roman, aka Romantics.
To your right.
To my right.
Fuck, that is me.
You
It's your
idiot.
boy Eric, aka Grim, aka T-Barone, aka Man of Your Dreams.
None of that's true, but
Nobody likes him.
Oh, what was that? What was that? What was that voice?
What?
What?
I'm sorry. I was
Who is you, stranger?
lost in the warp. Oh wait, that's the wrong nerd thing. I'm John, aka Skull Kid.
There you go. He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And like we said, this 3 opponents down. This is our Destiny podcast where we talk about everything Destiny. The
Except
game.
for this girl named Destiny that one time.
That's why I said Destiny the game, motherfucker. Come
Oh,
on.
right. She
Come
played
on.
the game with my heart.
Keep.
I don't feel like that particular lap dance was worth $20. Well, whatever. I saw some titties.
I say it was about $14.50.
I just wanted to get my reload.
Anyways, this is again a Destiny podcast.
About the
game.
video game, not the stripper.
Oh, I get a rise of iron every time I play her.
And for this episode, there really isn't a whole lot that's gone in terms of patching and all that kind of stuff. There's not a lot, but what we are going to talk about, something that John was thinking about, and what was that, John?
Why is he so hairy?
Why am I so sexy?
No one's ever said that ever.
I say it.
Yeah, well, you don't count.
That's true.
But no, I had this question and I wanted your guys' opinion on how do you really think supers affect the game? Is it a gimmick? Is it a necessity? Is it really game changing?
Yes.
Yes. In terms of, well, hold on. Before we talk,
Yes to the gimmick or yes to the game changing?
But before you and me talk, Eric, why don't we let the man who's been away give his kind of piece on it? What do you think it's about?
I just want to hear your voice.
Well, for several of the, because it seems like there's a similarity between the 3 supers for the 3 subclasses.
Okay.
With the Fist of Havoc, the Nova Bomb, and the bow and arrow, it's just like a quick one-shot thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Golden Gun, Storm Dancer. I don't know, we call it Tickle Fingers, so.
Oh, Stormcaller.
Storm Caller, and Hammer Thrower, Sunbreaker.
Sunbreaker.
You stay active. You can get a few more kills depending on who you're around, where you popped it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Bubble.
Mm-hmm. Defender.
And Sunsinger for a wizard.
Warlock.
They're a lot more defensive. They kind of have the same.
You forgot Blade Dancer.
Blade Dancer, but
Mm-hmm.
that's not really. That's the one that
The
breaks
Blade Dancer.
mold.
The Blade Dancer, I would probably put in the same category as Sunbreaker and Stormcaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Golden Gun, it's like this.
But Golden Gun is a better defense. Like,
Is
if
it?
you're trying to defend a point and people are coming at you, you can pop it, get 3 shots off,
Yeah,
kill
but-
3.
But I mean, it's the same thing with each one. You have a quick one shot,
Mhm.
a really strong defense, and then something that stays active to try to get as many kills as you can within a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
And with with myself, the ones that stay active are really the ones that are more devastating when I'm using them because I get more shots.
It's the only
Okay.
way you can get kills.
Yeah, pretty much. I suck. I suck at Destiny like I suck at life.
That's true.
Well, you can listen to the other podcasts, our city podcast on the Grimworks page, and we'll talk more about sucking at life. But we're talking about sucking at Destiny.
Peasant, you suck. I'm all right.
I have a problem with Fist of Havoc and
Mhm.
the
Performance issues. Gotcha.
yes performance issues. I can't always get it up. Where sometimes 50% of the time I only kill one person
Okay.
with this awesome looking attack.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like why not just use my gun?
Mm-hmm.
I have the memory of whoever Jolder, I guess. Where you give up your super entirely for the extra grenade, the
Oh,
extra
yeah, yeah,
melee,
yeah. Mhm.
and the enhanced abilities. I've been meaning to play with it. I still haven't. Mostly because it's the light on it is still at 350, and I'm trying really hard to get my light up. So,
Why don't you just feed it to something else?
because I only have one thing,
Oh,
and it's the thing that lets me negate cooldown time for running.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
And
the best
for,
one.
Yeah, for Titan, I need that.
I wouldn't say it's the best one.
I
It's a
mean-
really good one.
It's the best. I think I would say it's the best for PvP.
The Gellhorn, Memory of Gellhorn,
Mhm.
it seems to be one of the ones I really like because it gives you that extra map, and
It lights up weak enemies and
Yeah.
enemies that have full super.
Oh, the yellow. Yeah, I've been using that
that's
one
really
recently.
that's
no, I think so.
We'll
That's a
look-
playstyle thing. You
go,
know?
go ahead
It's-
and continue
yeah.
talking.
It's not really something that you can call better than the other. It's playstyle.
Yeah, it's all about playstyle. I like having a little more. I like being able to run without any kind of stops, and like if I stop, I can immediately book it.
The only reason that never really called to me all that much was for the simple fact that I have crappy controllers and it doesn't let me run much anyways.
That's what happens when you let 3-year-olds play with your controllers.
It's true.
Yeah.
But so getting back to Soopers, you're just like
Oh, sorry. That's
Oh.
what it does. It's a detailed radar, but you can also use your radar. It
While
stays
aiming
on
down
while
the
you're
sights.
using your primary.
oh, okay, so it gives you third eye basically
Yeah.
for free. Okay.
Third eye on a Zalo Supercell.
Okay. I mean, and yeah, those are all play styles. I generally like being able to, if I'm in a tight spot where I'm gonna die, I can book it, pretty quickly. So that the no cooldown for your sprinting is good.
Like the no cooldown on the Titan with shoulder charge, with the exotic boots that give you enhanced shoulder charge. It's epic.
I really gotta start playing with my Titan a little more. But when it comes to supers, you're basically saying that they're not all that useful in
In
your
my
opinion.
hands, definitely not.
Okay.
But that's why I wanted to know how y'all really feel about them, because like in games like Call of Duty, Black Ops 3, I believe, was the first one where they got their super, where they started copying Destiny on that front.
I don't even know. No, it was Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare.
Yeah.
Like for Call of Duty, it was definitely a gimmick. Like it wasn't necessary. I liked having a bow and arrow. It was fun, but it was all gimmick.
Yeah.
Completely unnecessary. There was nobody whose game was really made better by the super. And in Destiny, people go fucking off, especially when they're on.
Especially when you're in a tight spot
yeah.
and you get that 5 kill or 3 kill run. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Blade Dancer and Stormcaller specifically, people just go off with those.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, when you refer to the supers maybe being a gimmick, I don't think they're a gimmick. They're not a gimmick at all, in my opinion. I think that they're essential to gameplay. How you use them is where it really comes into play. That's where you have to really kind of say, like, hey, I want to get better with this specific class. I'm going to keep playing this specific class until I find a loadout that goes for what I'm trying to accomplish. Recently, I've been doing that with my Warlock. My Warlock's my main, and everybody knows that I usually stick to Voidwalker. I've been trying to do things with Sunsinger, and the Stormcaller, because I'm fine with Voidwalker. I love Voidwalker. It's my favorite class, but I think I have to be a little more well-rounded, and definitely my worst class by far is the subclass is Sunsinger.
Yeah, me too.
I'm actually pretty good with that one.
I mean, I'm starting to use double stickies, double fusions, just kind of jumping around, kind of things like that. But it's still, it's not my particular playstyle.
It's all about that solar flare, man.
I don't like solar flare just because you can just back out of it quickly. Because what it does stack damage. You can stack it up to 3 times, but it doesn't. It's not like a smoke bomb for
Hunter.
Night Stalker, for your hunter, because it slows you down. Like, that's the thing that kills you. It's not necessarily a smoke. It's that you wombo when you do the wombo combo. When you throw a vortex or whatever grenade and then you throw a smoke, that smoke is actually like suppressing you to where you can't really move as well as you should. So that's what kills you. You end up walking into the grenade again, or the smoke is just taking too much damage on you, you end up dying. So that's why when it comes to solar grenades for sun singers, I don't like them because you can just let me just get out of the way.
That's why you chuck them like crazy on the super. That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, yeah,
I'm not saying like you
but-
use them all the time. I'm just saying you use them to create a barrier, and then you start shooting because they're like, oh, I could. Yeah, you can back away, but it's all about placement.
Yeah, I could see that. But if we're talking specifically about the super,
Yeah, well, that's what we're talking about. The super.
Yeah.
I like throwing the Dragon Balls, dude. I'm like,
I
come on, Taranga.
again, it's just one of those things where you can maybe throw a couple, and not saying that it's a bad class because I've seen people destroy me with it. That's not the point. The point is that it's so not my playstyle to where it's not in my DNA yet. I have to get acquainted with it.
Especially with the Scorch barely being a one-hit kill.
Yeah.
Kudos to Eric. On this one game we were playing basketball, otherwise known as Rift. Where it was a really close game, and we're trying our hardest, and Eric's really good at Rift. He makes a lot of shots, and he's playing Sun Singer for Warlock, and he's just like, I'm gonna light these motherfuckers up, and he goes to the Rift and just surrounds it with fucking flaming grenades so the enemy can't even get at it. And that was when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this. And I've tried it a few times, and I failed horribly. It's like every time we go into Rift, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try this. And it doesn't work.
Rift is my favorite game type. I like it a lot. But the thing is, recently I've been playing it, and I get stuck with these teams that don't care about the Rift at all, and they're just like they're playing it like Clash, and it's like if you have to be able to get that Rift even a few times to get that fucking Rift, because just handle it for a little bit. You don't have to make it to there. Just handle it, because
Just a tip. Just
Because-
see how it feels.
That's where it becomes you're counting on them to pick up the Rift.
Yeah.
It should be you, because you don't. Even when we play, you don't really go for the Rift all that
yeah,
much.
because I'm not.
Or
I'm
the
not.
spark.
Yeah, because I'm not good at doing the spark carries. I'm really not. I that I'm better at guarding the spark or guarding you as a runner more than anything to get you to there, so that you can make it, so that somebody else can make it. I'm that guy.
I try to be balanced. I try to guard it as much as I can, but most of the time I just want to get the spark so I can get the high points.
Yeah, and maybe
I wanna
that
be number one.
maybe a good thing that I could do if I want to run the spark, if I'm gonna play Rift, is take off my beloved Ophidian aspect, my fucking great fucking gauntlets, and maybe put on the ram, up my armor. You get an extra armor when you're carrying the Rift, and I could probably tank some shots. So maybe that's a playstyle I can use, but we'll see. When it comes to supers, getting back to it, I don't think it's a gimmick, because it wouldn't be in there if it's not a gimmick. I think they specifically designed these subclasses knowing how much they actually mean to the actual play, because you can tell, like you can actually tell with the Call of Duties that they're kind of tacked on. They really don't do much to progress the game, to progress the gameplay. Whereas, and the reason being is because there's this thing called sound horn. I don't know if you ever heard of it. Sound horn is basically where you hear the footsteps, where you hear somebody coming. That's what Call of Duty is based upon. It's based upon hearing sound, very visual heavy. It's not about supers. And you can see that in Destiny, it is more about supers. You can there wouldn't be a thing to get it faster if a super wasn't if a super wasn't part of essential to the gameplay. Because if they didn't have the intellect, is that the one that brings down the cool time for you?
The first one.
It's intellect.
Yeah.
Eric, thank you for that. But I don't think it's a gimmick. I think it's essential to the gameplay. And I think, John, if you want to get better with a certain subclass, you have to stick to that subclass. Now, I noticed that your problem, John, is you switch characters like a motherfucker, and you don't really stay on one character too long. Because your Titan was your main, but now it's more your Warlock. And then I don't ever see you with your Hunter.
I hate Hunter.
Yeah.
I hate Hunter with a passion.
You know what you're doing, or what I think you
The
should
thing
not
is-
not do wrong, but what you could do to improve your striker, you gotta use the Death from Above, or if not, on the helmet, the Helios helmet, which lets you get Death from Above and what was it? Death from Above, and Unstoppable, or something like that.
No, Unstoppable,
Unstoppable is
is
its own thing.
No,
Yeah.
Death from Above, and it's the two things that you.
I think it's the Helionaut. It's all your rockets gain.
No. That's the astronaut one. This is the one with the flaming, two flames coming out on the top.
Hmm.
I do know what you're talking about.
Well, it gives
Although-
you Death from Above and one other. Hold on. Sorry.
All right. Well, while he's looking at that,
The main thing is what you gotta do with the Titan is use Death from Above and not Aftershock.
Headstrong. It provides Headstrong for the Fist of Havoc. Death
There.
from Above and Headstrong.
That's the one. Helm of the what?
Helm of Inmost Light.
Yes.
Helm of Inmost. Let me see it.
Headstrong and
That
Death from
is
Above.
okay. Oh, okay. It's that shiny.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you use with that one is, and the best way to get better with the super is what I saw on a video, is play Mayhem as much as you can.
Mm-hmm.
That way you can get the timing down on everything. Even though since it speeds up, it lets you use your super without caring about wasting it or not, because you're gonna get it in like 2 seconds after that.
Yeah.
See, but the
so
thing is, I don't like running the same thing over and over again. I think that's the reason why I don't play Call of Duty. Really,
Mm.
is because, it's just the same thing. So just because you switch the gun doesn't mean the whole character is different.
Mm-hmm.
I played Warlock for a week. I'll play Titan for a week now or a
Mhm.
couple of days and switch back and forth. It changes the entire game depending, especially with Destiny. It
Yeah.
really does change the entire game
Mm.
depending on what you're playing.
Yeah. The thing is, like, it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're just trying to have fun, then go nuts and don't care about your super. I mean, if you're just trying to have fun, but if you're trying to get better with your super, then you have to take it a little more seriously and look at videos. There's tons of videos on YouTube. Search them up. What's the best loadout for whatever type of subclass you want to use, and they'll give you a little explanation what you might want to do with it, how you'd want, in what situation would you want to pop it, things like that. It's a tough one, but for sure, at least in my opinion, and I think a lot of people's, is supers aren't a gimmick. What is a gimmick is, the things like that we were talking, before we came on air, was the one that the artifact, the iron artifact that gives you the double melee, double grenade. That's more of a gimmick because in certain situations you're gonna want your super. I mean, you're just gonna want it because you have to be able to do it, to coordinate with your team. Hey, I have super. I'm gonna chase them down this hallway. You're gonna try to funnel them a certain way, and you can cut them off. So,
See, now, on that one, I think, especially if you're playing with your teammates, that's very much not a gimmick. Because, like I said on a few episodes before, we're playing together, we're playing Iron Banner, where everybody sticks together in team shots. I feel that somebody with 2 suppression grenades is more powerful than somebody with a bubble and 1 suppression grenade.
well, that's if you're going with Defender.
Yeah,
When
like,
they-
well, like
when
I
they
said,
bunch-
that memory.
This is where the super comes in handy, because say you're playing Control, and they're all at point A, B, or C, and you've seen it where I've done it a couple of times where They're there. I just run up,
Yeah, pop.
smash,
No,
and
I'm
then
not saying that the super's not useful.
Mhm.
Obviously that's where I get most of my kills because, like I said,
yeah.
I suck.
I mean, there are times where I forget to use the super. That's because you're still running and gunning.
Yeah.
It's a balancing act. That's all it really is. You gotta
Yeah.
learn how to find the guns that you like to use. Like the Telesto. There was
I love the Telesto.
not too long ago. I was playing a match, and I saw a dude actually who was good with the Telesto, where he wasn't trading.
Mhm.
He was legitly getting kills with the Telesto.
See, now I feel like I'm actually pretty decent with the Telesto, at least compared to how decent I am with other weapons. Because I stay in the air a lot. I'm running, I shoot the Telesto, and then I'm jumping. They're alive for like a second before the Telesto shot explodes. And that's when other people are usually like still in front of them, like maybe trying to shoot them a second time with the Telesto. I'm up in the air, I'm wildly going off to the side,
and
trying
that's
to
when
stay alive.
that's when you hit him with the striker right there in the air, death
But
from above, baby.
I already hit him with the Telesto. I know he's gonna die.
And what about
It's
the
just
others?
gonna take a second or two.
But what you're saying that if you think maybe the grenade, the double grenades, is better. It can be in certain situations, but you got to think. You're going if you're doing something like, let's say, Iron Banner, where they are bunched up. What's better? Just a suppression that's maybe gonna slow them down a few seconds, where they can still team shot you no matter what. If they're sticking in a bunch, they're gonna team shot you. Or maybe something where you have one suppression grenade, you throw that suppression grenade, and you can use a super. Bubble's different because of that, but let's say something like Striker, where you can throw a lightning grenade. They start like, oh shit, we gotta get out of the lightning, and as they come out, you pick them off. And then if they're still clumped up and they're like out of the way, you're not seeing any hit marker, any hit detections, go ahead and go use slam because they're still gonna be in there. I'm not saying that it's not useful and it won't have its uses. I just think that using that, where you're saying most of your kills come from supers, it's going to be a lot harder for you to just use grenades and melees, because melees for Titans, they're T-Rex arms. You have to be up close and personal.
They hit hard, but they
Yeah.
don't hit far.
Exactly. And then you think about like grenades, they're okay. Suppression grenade's good. You can get a magnetic grenade, it's a sticky. A fusion grenade, sticky. What else?
See, like the thing I want to try
Lightning grenades
most.
seal off a corridor.
The thing I want to try most, and that I'll probably try tonight because I don't work tomorrow, so I can play all night.
Woo!
I want to play. But like I was saying, the thing I want to try today is to play Voidwalker, because that one shot is very much like the Fist of Havoc for me, where 50% of the time I'm only killing one person. So I do want to use the Memory of Jolder to get double grenade, and see if it stacks with the chest piece that I'm wearing that lets me spawn with full grenade.
I think it'll at least spawn you with one grenade.
Yeah, I want to find out. I really want to find out.
I mean, that's an interesting test. Maybe we'll have it on the channel. A little test thing. One of the things that, John, if you do want to get better, and I'm always down for it, is doing a 1v1. We can go into a map that you want to learn better. You can go with your subclass, and we can go 1v1, and we can talk about it. We can.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
We can actually.
That means 1 versus 1.
Yeah, 1v1. Dude, okay, I'm better than you,
By a lot.
but I'm not fucking extraordinary at this game. So I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes, but that's the thing, is the way you get better is you have to play people that are equal or better than you to get better at any game.
Which I do in every game, because I'm always at the bottom of the list.
And once you beat him, you dance on him.
You don't dance on 'em.
Dance on him.
No. You don't.
Dance
You,
like a dance.
you don't dance, or you don't teabag unless you are teabagged or danced on.
I got teabagged at the end of a game. He killed me out of nowhere.
Yeah, I've been noticing that the venom levels for the community has gotten a lot heavier after a few whiles. I don't know why. I was playing a couple of nights ago, and
people are starting to get banned more because of that DDoSing on trials.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
DDoSing is
You overload their system with notifications. So what they would, okay, you know Trials, right? Do you know how Trials of Osiris works?
No.
Trials of Osiris is you have to get 9 flawless wins, and then you go to what's called the Lighthouse. There you have a special chest that you open, you get a special weapon or armor, things like that.
I've never gotten there.
It's very difficult. I've only gone there once, and I would love for us to all go, but it's gonna be really hard if we all play together. But the thing is, on the last match, and usually what people do is they have these mercies that you can get, or these boons is what they're called, for your card. And you instead of doing 9 games, you can do it in 7 games. Well, thing is, at the 7th game or 9th, whatever, what people are doing is they're sending notifications to a particular person on the team. Doesn't matter who, preferably the best. They're overloading them with friends message or whatever, so that they can overload it and their system slows down. Their actual system slows down, so it in turn, floods their port, their internet port, basically. And that's what they're doing. And they notice that that's been a problem. So Bungie has said, we're dropping ban hammers. Like, we're serious about this. We don't want this in the community.
It's when they notice that people are winning with like 0 kills.
Yeah, because they're DDoSing and they're just like, all right, you go there and I'm not even playing the game. I'm basically in the user interface for the PS4 and I'm flooding their port, their open ports for their internet. And it's a bitch move. And anybody that does that, fuck you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. You're a piece of shit.
I found out there's another way you could cheat too. For strikes, you'll have somebody that's not really doing anything but slowly walking, and that doesn't kick you out. So you're doing nothing while your teammates are literally going through the thing, killing everything. Mm-hmm. You die, they spawn where they're at, and you die again. Well, you don't. Yeah, I think you end up dying, or you're just walking and you're stuck in the back. The other 2 people carry you, and once they finish the thing, you could reap the rewards.
Yeah, they're pieces of shit. I don't want anything to do that. Now, we had a good talk about Soopers. I love it, but we're coming to the close of the show, and there's actually a lot of stuff we have to get to. Now, yes, there is.
Oh.
You'll be hearing this on Friday. We'll also have a Thursday review every Friday along with this podcast. You could see one or the other first, but they will be up there on Fridays. We have now started a clan for 3 opponents down, and you can join. The
clan's name is Bob.
BLB.
The only requirement is that you're not a total dickhead.
Send nudes.
Don't be a fucking DDoS. Don't fucking teabag everything you see. Don't be an asshole. I don't want that shit. I want to be a little more positive in this fucking community.
I don't mind it. I like dancing and teabagging.
Only if you have been teabagged or danced on before.
I do.
There's no reason to do it. There's no reason. At fucking all, for you to be a dickhead to other people just to dance. That doesn't. Don't do it.
I dance for joy, and then when I lose, you dance out the shame.
Yeah, you see that you're a piece of
dancing on everything.
The only reason you're in the clan is because you're part of the actual podcast. But if you want to, go ahead, look us up on Bungie.net, or use your Destiny app. Go ahead and search for 3 opponents down, and that's the number 3 opponents down, 2 separate words. And you can go ahead and send those requests, and we'll most likely just approve you. If you want to run PvP, PvE, all that stuff, go ahead and come on in.
Oh God, please do a raid with us.
Yeah, these other 2 guys need to do raids. So if you're good, come on in. If you're bad, even if you haven't done them, at least I've done them. I can walk everybody through them.
Try and make John seem like he's good.
It's not even that.
So he doesn't give up.
But go ahead and do that. Subscribe to
Grimworks. Productions.
There you go. God, I'm totally spacing right now. Either way, go ahead and subscribe
Space
there.
Marine.
Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Also, let us know if you like this audio version or if you want us to do a video version. The video version was cool. It was a good little test, but we didn't get a lot of feedback on it. If you want us to continue that, go ahead and put it in the comments below. Also, if you want to check out any of my gameplay with these two other guys,
Two fools, you say? Yes, that is another thing.
anyways, you can go ahead and go to my channel. Just search up Romantics88 on YouTube, and you can look at all the gameplay that I put up there.
That's Romantics88 on YouTube.
And also, if you want to email us with any topics for Destiny, or if you listen to any of our other podcasts and want to put any topics there, go ahead and email us at citypod88@gmail.com.
Yes.
So, there you go.
Citypod88@gmail.com.
Yeah, always with the interruptions. But either way, thank you for listening, guys. My name is Roman, aka Romantics.
Your boy Eric, a.k.a. Grim, a.k.a. Tiburon, a.k.a. Satin Sexy Latin Lover.
God, I'm John. Fuck Eric.
aka Skull Kid. And like I said at the end of
Yay,
every
Skull Kid.
podcast,
Bye.
see you at the tower.